Can you put your video on?
Hello, hello.
Hello?
Yeah. Can we see you, Martina? Can you put on your camera?
Um, yeah, I'm trying to find, I've never really used Zoom before.
Oh,
I've just used Google Meet. So sorry, I'm trying to find out how.
It's the little in the bottom left corner. There's a
Yeah, I think I see it here.
video. Yeah.
Is that better? There.
Yes.
yes. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh,
Wonderful.
nice to see you. All right. Well, I'll get started. I'm Lynn Twist, and I'm the co-founder of Pachamama Alliance, and I'm delighted and excited to welcome you to our first call for the journey we're taking in August, the August Investors Journey, we're calling it. And my colleague and amazing partner in all things, Sarah Vetter, and I will lead this call together, and she's right there. We're very, very delighted that we're putting this trip together, and more people are joining at the invitation of Ruben, and in some cases at the invitation of Jenna and Darren and all of us. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And Sarah's going to take it from here for the next few minutes.
Okay, so I'm just going to go around, and not everyone's here, but some of you here, so great. And just tell us, we're going to do a deeper sharing, but right now, just share with us where you are. Say your name and where are you at this moment. And so I'll start with Javi.
Yeah, okay.
One
My
moment, this needs to be recorded.
It is. It is.
Is it
Should be.
recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay, good. Okay, great. Go ahead.
okay. So my name is Xavi and I'm in Barcelona.
Okay, excellent. And Martina.
My name's Martina and I'm in London right now.
Excellent. And Paula, even though I'm saying your name, saying your name.
Hi, I'm Paula, and I'm calling from my home in Sonoma County, which is north of San Francisco by an hour or so.
Excellent. And Rich.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon. I am calling from New York, New Jersey, so based here on the East Coast.
Excellent. And Yemi. Am I saying that right, Yemi?
Yes, you are. So my
Excellent.
name is Yemi Akiniemi Dele. It's a Nigerian name from the tribe Yoruba. I'm in Czech Republic, where I was born, in Prague. So it's 7 p.m. here.
Excellent. And Jenna.
Wonderful. I'm in San Francisco Airport. It's great to be here.
Okay, we were just there last night. Excellent. And Marissa, who is on here with us, she is in Ecuador. Well, she can say her name and where she's from, but she does all the back end. And you want to, if you see your emails, you want to respond to them. It's important. So say hello, Marissa.
Hi everyone. I am Marisa and I am in Quito, Ecuador.
Excellent. Okay, so over to you, Lynn.
So we're going to start with just a little meditation. I don't see anybody driving a car, so hopefully you can close your eyes just for a moment to arrive. We always take our lead from Indigenous people who, whenever they gather a group of souls, they open what's called sacred space. So I'm going to do that with you. So just close your eyes and pay attention to your breath and relax a little bit into this new constellation of souls, people who are drawn to this journey, people who somehow have been touched by someone who told them about it and they felt called to join us. And we're going to get to know each other very, very well. But today we'll get acquainted and begin, in many ways, our journey together. And let's call on the unseen allies that we all have in our lives, those who came before and those who will follow, and the community of life, all our relations, to join us in this first coming together of the constellation of travelers who will be going deep into the rainforest in the most biodiverse place on Earth. And may our journey serve not only ourselves and our lives, but our capacity to be of service at this very, very important time in history. And I'll be silent for the next 5 breaths. Let's just breathe together. And open your eyes and smile.
Okay, so the journey begins like right now. Actually, it begins when you first signed up or when Jenna reached out to you or Lynn or myself, or that's when it starts. So here we are. It's so exciting. And I'd love to go around and really share a little bit about yourself and what drew you to this journey. And not necessarily who, because we know it's either Jenna or Lynn, maybe me,
Or Ruben.
Ben, but I'm just looking to see who's on here right now. But really, what drew you to want to go to the Amazon and be on this journey? So I'll just go around and call on you and share. It'll be fantastic. So Paula, I'm going to start with you since you were the first one on.
I logged off and came back on.
No, it's perfect.
I used to dream about travel as a child. I grew up in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, of very modest circumstances. And I had an aunt and uncle who were in the Foreign Service, and my aunt would write to me from different places in the world where they were stationed. And I dreamt of travel to places far and wide as a child. And I've been blessed and privileged to realize that dream. And I'm drawn most to places off the beaten track, places where most people don't think about going. And I figure I can go to places like London, Paris, the beaten track when I'm in a wheelchair. But to be able to travel to places where others don't roam so freely is what excites me the most. And going to the Amazon has been one of those places on my list. And so when I got the call, I was like, don't ask me again. I'm there already. This is my kind of travel.
I love that. I think you were the first to sign up too. You're like the first on the call. I love that. Thank you.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I know. I love that. I love it. Thank you so much. Okay,
Thank
how
you.
about you, Rich?
Yes, that's amazing, Paula. And I'd say for myself, I also have a passion for travel ever since I was young. So I was born here in New York to a parents who immigrated here from Ghana, West Africa, and I think being connected to in terms of indigenous, being connected to ancestors has always been sort of the thread of how I've grown up. The dichotomy of growing up as an American, but with full African context and background has been such a gift. And for me, travel has been something that's been inspirational and motivational and allows me to grow and stretch in so many different areas. And the ability to do it in Ecuador, in the rainforest, without technology. I know I work in tech. It just feels like the perfect dream. So I think that's what drew me to it, the ability to grow, to stretch, to continue to lean in to the ancestors and to the indigenous people, and just to continue to just thrive and be. So I think that's what drew me.
Excellent. I love that. Thank you. Okay, Jen, I'm going to call on you because you may have to get on a flight or
I appreciate that. I had been really wanting to go to the Amazon for a while and just feel a very deep spiritual calling to go there and to connect both from a sort of connecting to land and to the people. And I was born in New York and grew up in London, and also sort of had the privilege of being able to travel to different parts of the world. But it's always been an area that's sort of piqued my curiosity. And so when this opportunity presented itself and was learning more about the community and the experience, it's felt just this deep alignment. And I'm really, really looking forward to the experience.
excellent. And do you want to share or introduce or say anything about your husband, who is a big part of this thing?
Yes, I can. His name is Darren Dodson, and lives in Oakland and is originally from DC. And I think similarly has had sort of a deep curiosity and has gone on, a number of like spiritual journeys throughout different parts of the world, and I think is very interested in, just connecting very deeply, and works in the impact investing space. And excited for you all to meet him and for him to meet you all.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Okay, how about you, Yemi?
Okay, so first of all, thank you for having me. I am so excited to meet a new tribe, and I know how deep this journey is. So I understand how that what's ahead of us is an adventure of epic proportions. Um, so I was born in the 80s in Czechoslovakia, in a communistic country, to a Czech mom and Nigerian dad. I was raised by three women, my grandma, my mom, and my great grandma. And I started as a dancer, then I moved into making choreography, then into directing, producing, started several companies. Everything was around arts and about message and about just movement. And movement became a big part of my life, not just the movement of the body, but also movement of the perspective, a movement around the world and also of the world. I am also aspiring astronaut. I signed up for a SpaceX program, Starship, which is a program that will take people around the moon. And I started also an organization about 5 years ago. I left for profit and I went to do fully my impact work. I've most of my life I work with young people, and I decided to decided it's not it was not the decision. It was simply just a path to create organization called Moonshot Platform that is becoming a pretty powerful ally of young people. And our goal is to place young people in the center so they can participate in shaping the future they will inherit and really create new ways of leaders and new leadership. We call it embodied leadership, which is exploring the distance between the head, the heart, and the guts. And the reason why I go into Amazon forest, or I hope I will be able to come to the jungle, one, it's been drawing me and inviting me for already some time. I felt like taking a trip to the source of life on the planet Earth is just a beautiful thing to do. And I also am on my journey that it's not it's a very personal, but I say it here because we'll know much more about each other very soon. I'm also on my fatherhood journey, and I hope that sometimes this year or beginning of next, I'm gonna start a new life, and I'm entering the jungle also because I feel like I I'll find something there about that.
Beautiful. Excuse me. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Let's see. Javi, we'll go to you first and then your daughter.
Sure. So I guess I've been in I would say a transformational journey myself for the last few years, which has been accelerating in the last year, um, especially after realizing that as much as I want to do things for the world and impact the world and transform the world, there's not much I can do about that unless I start with myself. So I decided to start with myself. And when we had that conversation at Lynn's place a few months ago, I really resonated with what you were doing. I thought this could be an interesting milestone in my transformational journey. I still don't know how exactly, but when you opened up the option of coming with my daughter, Martina, by the way, if anybody thought Martina was just a young investor or philanthropist, she's not yet. Maybe she will one day. She's my daughter. When you opened up the possibility of coming with her, I thought that would take this transformation to a level up, right? I thought it would be a kind of transformational baptism for her as well. And I just resonated with the idea. I didn't really have specific expectations other than finding out how that's going to be another step along this journey.
Beautiful. Okay. And Martina.
Yeah, so well, as my dad said, he's the one who presented this opportunity to me. And once I heard of it, it's just something like inside of me told me that that was so fascinating. And I just thought of it as this amazing opportunity to see this part of the world that I've never seen before. And it's just an opportunity to see this whole new part of me and just learn a lot and grow as a human being. So as I heard of the simple opportunity to have something like that, it really drew my attention and it became something that I really was looking forward to do and something that I knew I was just gonna love. So I feel like that's what really drew my attention to it, just knowing I'd be able to experience something like that and just change as a human being.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. It's so great to have father-daughter on the show.
Yeah.
Lynn's gonna walk through the itinerary, but I just want to introduce myself, which I forgot earlier. But I live in Sausalito, California, and I've been doing this work now for almost 17 years. A very unlikely candidate to be doing this back 17 years ago, but here I am. And what really draws me to this journey are all of you and the people that show up. It's no accident that you're here right now on this call and going on this particular journey with us. And I've led, I don't know, almost 50 journeys, I think, at this point. And it's like going home every time. It's new, it's different, it's because it's different people and it's a new experience every time, and it's a deepening every single time. And it's an absolute honor and privilege to be able to do this work and really gain the wisdom from our Indigenous partners. I mean, we do what we do to a certain extent, and then we let go and surrender, like you all are going to be doing. And then we're so led by our Indigenous partners and the Amazon itself. So it's, yeah, just being on this call gets me all already thinking about what I'm packing and ready to go. So it's just a thrill to be able to do this and with all of you. Really excited. So over to you, Lynn Twist.
So I'll say what drew me to this journey is we had this amazing meeting with Jenna and Darren, her partner, her husband, and her business partner, and Illumin Capital, to look deeply into how to begin to really look at the investment opportunities in the work that we're doing, as well as the philanthropic opportunities. And so this is very exciting for me to be with potential investors. Of course, you're also probably very philanthropic. We love that. To look at this work we're doing in the Amazon through the lens of impact investing. So I want to thank Jenna for really stimulating this trip and getting it going. And then also, I want to acknowledge that Ruben Hernandez, who invited you, Rich, and invited Yemi, is not on this call, but he's coming with us. And he has a company called Full Spectrum Capital. And he is also one of the kind of movers and shakers behind this particular journey. And then the other two people who are coming with us who couldn't make this call are Natalie Molino, who's half Colombian and half Ecuadorian or half American, I can't remember. And she's a impact investor and has a whole impact investing world that she's been involved in. She's also very knowledgeable about the carbon markets. And Janine Furpo, who's American and also works with wealth management and new financial systems and is in this world as well. So that's our whole trip. And then along with Sarah and myself as leaders, we'll also have Bill Twist, who's the CEO of Pachamama Alliance and the other co-founder, along with me and John Perkins. And we'll have our wonderful guide, Danielle Cooperman. And we'll have Belen Paez, who is, she is this amazing woman who runs Fundación Pachamama and is vice president of Pachamama Alliance. So I wanted to give you the full spectrum of all the people that you're going to be with. And probably on the next call, everybody will join us. So first, I'll just say the purpose of the Pachamama Alliance, because this is a Pachamama Alliance trip, is to empower the indigenous people of the sacred headwaters of the Amazon rainforest to protect their land and culture. And through the lessons learned from that, bring forth an environmentally sustainable, spiritually fulfilling, socially just human presence on this planet. And we've also become very aware that one of the great missions of our time is to really address the dominant paradigm of human supremacy, and transform it into human responsibility and sacred reciprocity with the earth, each other, and the community of life. So that's kind of the context of the trip, and to really bring awake, aware, committed, amazing people, and that's you, to meet with the indigenous people of the sacred headwaters of the Amazon. And where we're going is the most biodiverse place on planet Earth. It's filled with huge, abundant species of all kinds. There's more bird species within 5 miles of a 5-mile radius in this part of the rainforest than there are in all of North America and Mexico. So that's just one species. So it's an amazing, amazing place to go. And I'm going to walk you through the itinerary, and then Sarah will take any questions you have. And then, of course, we'll have another call much closer to our departure. So you need to arrive. Oh, Yemi already has a question.
I just wanted to ask, would you mind if I turn on my AI assistant so it can make notes for me and have it logged?
No, sure, go ahead. You can. We
Thank you.
welcome your AI assistant. What's
Thank
his
you.
or her name? Do you have a name for your AI?
No, not yet.
I just was on the phone with somebody who named her AI assistant Smarty Pants. I thought that was a good name. Okay, so we're gonna everybody needs to arrive on August 18th somehow or before, and you'll arrive in Quito, Ecuador, which is the capital of the country, and at about 9,000 feet in the Andes, in a beautiful city. And we'll be overnight there, just one night, at the Cultura Manor Hotel, which you'll get all this information again, of course, but I think you have a lot of it. And then the next morning, we will wake up early and we will have a kind of an orientation on the ground in the hotel and telling you what to take, what to pack, what to take on the journey that's going into the rainforest. All kinds of things about, Sarah does a really good job of making sure people are really prepared for the journey once we get to Ecuador. And we'll give you an orientation, and then we'll get on our vehicle and we'll drive down what's called the Valley of the Volcanoes. We'll leave Quito and go down this beautiful valley called the Valley of Volcanoes, in between the two Andean ranges. The Andean mountains are a double range. They're like a big M, and we'll travel down the Valley of Volcanoes. Many of the mountains are active volcanoes, and it's a very beautiful drive, especially when it's clear. When it's cloudy, you can't see any of the volcanoes, but we'll tell you that they're there. And then we drive over the eastern side of the Andes, down the Pastaza River Canyon through the cloud forest until we get to the very edge of the vast, vast Amazon rainforest, which I think straddles 9 whole countries and is larger than the United States. It's a huge, huge ecosystem. And we'll spend the night at a beautiful pension. And then the next morning, we will go to an air service where there'll be several small planes that will fly us into the first place we're going to go, which is to visit the Zapara people. The Zapara people live in a roadless, untouched, deep into the rainforest, and they're facing extinction. There's 635 of them left, and they're really doing everything they can to make sure that they stay on this planet because they're the carriers of Kamunkwe, a kind of spirit of the forest, which is at the heart of the sacred headwaters. And we'll spend time with the Zapara people. We'll do a whole ritual when we get there to cleanse us of the modern world. And then they have a camp for us, a quite comfortable camp where we'll stay. We'll hike in the forest. We'll have an opportunity to do rituals in the river. We'll very deeply look at our dreams. They're a very sophisticated dream culture, and the shamans and leaders and elders there will work with us and our intentions, the life that we're choosing, and connect us with the spirit of the forest in the Zapara territory. And then after a couple of nights there, the planes will come pick us up on the dirt landing strip in in that in Zephyr territory, and we'll fly into Achuar territory, which is deeper into the forest. The Achuar people live in a very huge part of the untouched, roadless, pristine Amazon rainforest, and they very courageously and fiercely kept it that way. And they're known as some of the most effective indigenous people in preventing mining and oil, although the constant threats are there. But they have kept their territory. They've kept out some of the biggest oil companies and mining companies on earth. They're really a remarkable people. And we will be picked up at the landing strip there by the guides from the Kapawi Ecological Reserve, which is a beautiful eco lodge. We'll travel down the Kapawari River on canoes until we get to the lodge, and then we'll be welcomed by the Achuar people there. We'll stay at the Kapawi Ecological Reserve Lodge for the next few nights. And one of those nights, we'll go to a place called Shiramenza and spend all night there doing shamanic ceremony with the plant medicine that's the primary medicine for the Achuar people, which is called ayahuasca. And you can participate or not in that ceremony, but we'll all have the opportunity to go into their spirit world through their plant medicine. We'll come back to the lodge, and then when we're back at the Eco Lodge, one of the leaders of the Sacred Headwaters Alliance, Domingo Payos, will come and brief us on the work that they're doing to preserve this incredibly important area for perpetuity, to put it in permanent protected status. And it's a whole initiative that's the largest indigenous-led conservation program on Earth. And you'll be briefed on that by Domingo Payos, who's the leader, the Achuar leader of that project, which involves 30 indigenous nations and is, we think, the most important conservation project on Earth. And that's the opportunity for you to get involved in that. And then after that briefing and spending more time at the lodge and really understanding and unpacking our experience with the shamans, our experience in the forest, we'll fly out. The planes will come pick us up again, and we will go back to the airstrip outside of the forest, and then our vehicle will pick us up and take us to a place in the Andes called Baños, and we'll stay at a beautiful resort called Luna Volcan. And it's on the slopes of an active volcano called Tunguragua, and there's hot pools that come right out of the volcano. They're not heated. They come right out of the volcano, where we'll relax and debrief our experience, and then learn more about how you can be helpful to this very, very important ecosystem. We think the most important ecosystem on Earth. Of course, everybody thinks that about wherever they live and care about, but it is the source of the whole Amazon system, which is the source of our climate. So you're going to not the middle of nowhere. You're going to the heart of everywhere. And we'll be there for 2 nights, and we'll also get more briefings about the work that's being done to put this in permanent protective status, and the work that's been done to create the Rights of Nature movement, which is part of the Pachamama Alliance's legacy. And then we'll drive back to Quito, and we'll have a farewell dinner, and then the trip is complete. Some of you may go on to Machu Picchu. Some of you may go on to the Galapagos. You may go home, but that's the end of our journey. And I just want to say one more thing. One of the beautiful things that takes place once you commit to this journey, you may start having interesting dreams, because the 2 indigenous groups we're meeting with, the Zappa people and the Achuar people, are dream cultures, and they communicate through the dream reality, and they may start being in some way in communication with you. They actually tell us that they dream people to them who can be helpful. So when Paula talked about, as soon as I heard about it, I wanted to come. I think they were dreaming you there, Paula, and probably all of you. So that's our itinerary, and Sarah and I will give you lots more information as we get closer, but that's where you're going, and that's what you're going to do.
Excellent. So what is this? Questions, right? So we'll open up for some questions, but just to say, we have another call July 31st at 10 a.m. Pacific. And that's where you get more granular, like on the packing list and those kind of logistical questions. And then please, whatever links we've given you to fill out travel information, that's super, super important for us. If you haven't done it, please do that. And those will go to Marissa, who will, get that all organized and make sure we know who's coming when and et cetera. Make sure, I know you're seasoned travelers, but make sure your passport is not going to expire within the next 6 months or they won't let you in the country. And if you really read through the information, it's very accurate. It's very fantastic. If you get exactly what's on there, you're perfect. And you can draw questions from sort of reading those lists. And yeah, so any questions right now at this stage? And also feel free to email me. I've been traveling a lot and I do have some travel coming up before we go, but I will respond. Myself and Marissa would be the key people to email about questions and any questions. No question is too silly or too like, oh my God, I can't believe I don't know this or whatever. Like every question is fantastic. Let's see, before I hand it over, Marissa, did you want to say anything? I see you're back on camera.
Yes, sorry, I was just listening carefully, but no, I just want to say that I am really honored to be your logistics coordinator here in Ecuador. My role is to make sure everything flows as smoothly as possible so you can feel supported and fully present throughout this journey, which is really beautiful journey. I am here for you. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or anything. As Sarita said, we are always around and we will be answering the emails as quickly as possible. And again, it's truly my pleasure to assist you in making this experience really meaningful and worry-free for you. So welcome.
Yes, yes. And fun. It will make it so much
And fun. Yes.
Paula, I see your hand is up, Paula. Yes.
Just a quick question. Len mentioned, Sarah, that you will tell us the first night or when we were in the hotel in Quito what to bring with. Does that mean whatever we don't need and might have brought along, the hotel will store for us, or are there some things that you can tell us now, just don't bring it?
Well, when you land and you arrive in Quito, everything's going to go with us from Quito, and we go to a place that's on the edge of the Amazon, and then what we call separate our bags, and I'll say, okay, this is going to go into the jungle with us, the Amazon with us, and this one is we put in a safe place. So you don't need to do anything. You just need to get there with all your things in whatever configuration they're in, and then off we go that next morning, and then we get a little more granular on, okay, let's bring this with us, and this one we're going to stay here for when we come out of the Amazon. That bag will be there to greet you.
Great, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Paula. I shouldn't have said that. That was confusing. So sorry to confuse you.
Oh, it's clear. It's clear now. Thank you.
Okay, who else? Look at this. No questions. They'll come up. Yes.
I have a question. Regarding luggage, I saw in your messages that you mentioned that we should bring one big piece of luggage and a smaller one. So what's the big one for if we're just going to be there for one night in Quito, and then we take the small one with us and come back and go back home? What do we keep on the big one?
Yeah, I mean, some people like put everything in one bag and then have have another bag rolled up inside their big bag of everything, So it doesn't have to be a big bag. You're right. There are not that many. It's a very different climate inside and outside of the Amazon. So you just need one bag that's a duffel bag that's soft, that's not too big, that goes into the Amazon. And then the other bag is for everything else. So size is just what it is that you're bringing.
But it's like the little bag is like a suitcase with wheels and everything, or you're talking about a backpack?
A soft bag, not a big, heavy, hard bag. This is the bag that goes into the Amazon, and it's all in the document. If you read through the documentation, it's very clear. It even has pictures of
Okay.
bags that are recommended to bring into the Amazon. So you need to have a bag that's going to go into the Amazon with all your Amazon attire and clothes and what you need for the Amazon. That is a soft bag, not
Like a duffel, like a duffel
duffel
bag.
bag. A
It's the
duffel
one,
bag.
it's a type of, just to make it clear, it's like a backpack or just a soft
No,
bag.
a backpack is separate. So you have a backpack. And again, I just want to emphasize this is very clearly spelled out if you go back and look at everything. But you have a backpack, so that's like something you'll have to carry with you on the bus, carry with you, as we get onto the planes, and then you'll have a soft duffel bag with all your clothes in. So your
Yeah.
backpack has, stuff in for the day, like your day pack. So you
It's a
have
day pack backpack,
day
not a,
pack backpack, not like a hiking backpack. Not like a travel, like not your clothes aren't all in there. So you have a backpack like a day pack, and then you have a duffel bag for your clothes.
Okay. Okay.
and we're going to see you in Barcelona, so we can answer all your questions
Yeah,
there.
yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. That's right.
But the reason there's two different bags is because the climate in Quito is colder, it's in the mountains, and the climate when we come out and we go up into the mountain is colder. So you need different clothing for the jungle and different clothing for the mountains. And
Yeah.
and when Sarah was just talking, one is a day pack, not and the other's a duffel, and then you have a suitcase that holds it all. But all of this will become very clear when you read the materials, and then we have another call at July 31st, so you can
Okay.
ask us more questions then.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Who else? Anything else?
So
Yes.
I'm just curious about the ceremony itself. So is this a day or night ceremony?
It's an all-night
All
ceremony.
night.
All night.
I can answer
So
that.
it's done through the night and until the sun rises up, right? And
Correct.
this is in the open jungle or in the hut inside of the jungle?
You'll have the opportunity to be you're in the community, but you're outdoors. You're laying outdoors. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Wow. All right.
Okay, I think I can go with a quick question. Just generally, so it would be my first experience. So in terms of staying in the rainforest, I guess, how do we ward off animals or things like that? Is it a container in a way, or I guess just curious about that.
Yes, but it'll surprise you how nice the accommodations are in the Amazon where we're going. And you can't escape the bugs. There are bugs in the Amazon, and you'll have repellent for that. We've been doing this for so many years that you will not be invaded by any animals. You'll see animals, but they're as afraid of us, most of them, as you might be of them. So yeah, it's a very beautiful, beautiful eco lodges where we're going. So
We'll be in the hands of the indigenous people. So once we get there, we're in their hands, and they know the forest beautifully. They're part of it. We'll be in their capable hands, so you'll be safe.
yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
So far, 100%, I've brought everyone back that I've brought in so far. So I'm keep that. I promise.
When you said there is good to have the earplugs for the night, is it because the jungle is so loud in the night?
And also people snore you'll be sleeping near.
So
That's really what it's for, the snoring, really.
Yeah. It's personal preference too. I don't wear earplugs. I love the sounds. But it's a personal preference to have in case.
Mhm. Thank you.
That's a great question though. Okay, any others? All right. So
Maybe what we could do is have everybody just say one word before we close. And I'll just say a couple things. You're being dreamed to the heart of the world. You'll be in the hands of the Zapara and Achuar people. You'll be safe, and it will be an experience over which you will never get. That's our goal. That's an experience over which you will never get. And we'll also come to know each other very, very deeply. But we've never had a person who's had this journey that didn't have a complete and profound transformation of their life, even super transformed people. So I'm sure that it'll be really special for all of you. So thank you for making time for this call. And for those of you listening to the recording, we can't wait to talk to you on the next one.
Yes, excellent. Okay, so yeah, let's do a one word or one sentence close. Jenna, you're still there. I'm impressed. At the airport, are you still?
Yes.
Yes.
My word would be gratitude.
Excellent. Thank you. And Yemi?
My word would be curiosity.
Excellent. And Rich?
Excited.
Fantastic. And Javi?
Excited too.
And your daughter hopped off, it looks like. Paula?
Yeah, she had to go somewhere.
Feeling called.
Excellent. And Marissa, how about you? What do you say?
My word is harmony.
Oh, I like that. That's a good word for you to have for us. And Lynn?
Partnership.
Excellent. And my word is love.
Mhm.
Okay, well, we'll see you on the next call. And if not, and we'll see you online. Ask any questions and please fill out the forms.
Mm.
That's it.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
Take
great
care.
day.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.